It's now time to go to Forbidden Woods. This area is huge, and there's no way to get it all into one video, so consider this part 1. First of all, make sure you've examined Lawrence's skull after defeating Vicar Amelia, so that the sky has changed to night. Then navigate to the central plaza of Cathedral Ward, the courtyard with the 2 cathedral giants, and walk past the sleeping giant and through the side exit. You'll encounter a brain sucker, which will serve as a signpost to let you know you're going the right way. Up ahead, speak to Alfred to get some lore on a future area, and the Covenant of the Vile Bloods.
Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth, and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle.
To the right of Alfred, pick up the blood gem and proceed down the stairs to the underground gate. If you've examined the skull in the Grand Cathedral, you should know the phrase, "Fear the old blood." Step through the gate and outside. Walk down the cliff face and hug the right wall to find a twin bloodstone shard. The first set of enemies you encounter in the woods mark a fork in the path. Take them out and head up the optional path on the right to encounter a Yahar Gull Hunter who guards a madman's knowledge and yet another gemstone. Back the way you came, take the other path which leads to the first and only lamp in the woods. Cross the bridge up ahead and take out the huntsman with the torch. But be ready on circle because a rifleman up ahead will be taking aim. Past these two lies a suspicious pile of lumber on the ground. Stepping on this releases a log trap, so trigger it and step out of the arc, or simply avoid activating it entirely. Then the path will split into 2 once again. Taking the left path will place you face to face with 3 huntsmen with weapons, 2 dogs, and 2 more huntsmen who throw oil urns. Rather than aggroing this horde of enemies, take the right path and kill the single wereman in the way. Those found here won't stagger as easily as the ones we've encountered so far, so keep that in mind as you fight. Drop off the ledge up ahead and step into the hidden path on the right. There's a scurrying beast to claim here, just watch out for the carrion crows as you take it out. Backtracking a little, you'll find yourself on the other side of the horde of enemies from earlier. Killing them from this angle is much easier, but you can skip them all if you like and just take a right. The topography will lead you down a small path that ends with a collapsing wooden walkway. So rather than falling for this trap, take the alternate path, up the small hill decorated with flowers. Fight the wereman encountered here, and enter the house behind him to pick up 3 beast blood pellets. Continue down this path until you find a gate adorned with lanterns. There's yet another log trap found here, so don't let it get the best of you. The open gate leads to a small village of houses, huntsmen, and traps, but is also entirely optional, so I recommend you skip this dangerous segment and take the path to the left of the gate instead. Speak to the voice found by the pink incense lamp in the house up ahead to receive the tonsil stone, a key item we will need for later. Past the house there are a few dogs in cages, so take them out before they have a chance to break themselves out. Continue along to the right and up the ladder to access the roof of this house. There are a few crows guarding the white church set, one of my favorite sets in the game due to its fashion-born potential. Moving on, watch out for the ambush of the 2 dogs. The house up ahead has a snatcher behind it, and while it seems safer to sneak around from the left side, he is more likely to see you, so I prefer taking the long way around the right for the easy backstab. Loot the 6 blood vials the snatcher was guarding, and step into the house from the hole in the right side to pick up our first arcane item, the Beast Roar, which consumes 2 quicksilver bullets to release an AoE shockwave that pushes enemies. The next path to take is the wooden makeshift walkway across these roofs. There's a huntsman hiding in the corner of the entrance ramp who I like to take out first. You'll want to pull the huntsman back to fight them so that you don't eat Molotovs while you fight, but the last two that throw the Molotovs won't move from their respective spots. So taking these last two out becomes a sort of bum rush R1 spam. After securing your safety, step back into the fray by dropping off of the roof. You can pick up 11 Molotovs on this balcony, a hint that the oil swamp below multiplies fire damage. But now that we've killed the Molotov throwers, it shouldn't cause problems for you. Drop into the swamp and go to the left, using the Molotovs to take out the crippled ghouls in your way. Hug the right wall and step into the cave for 2 twin blood shards, and a shortcut gate that opens into the small village from earlier. Back outside, the wereman on the hill guards 2 more twin blood shards, so pick them up and continue on ahead to the huntsman on the left. Kill them, but watch out for the rifleman on the roof who shoots at you in the process. Take it slow now. There's a huntsman at the far end of this ravine with a cannon. The game expects you to run into the houses on the side to get to cover from the cannonballs, but the enemies in the houses are far more dangerous than the cannon itself. Bloodborne rewards the courageous, so charge the cannon and kill its user. Take out any enemies that may have followed you, but chances are they won't. Well, that was easy. Step into the windmill ahead. It's dark in here, so you may want to equip a torch or hand lantern. Follow this new enemy down the stairs to the bottom floor of the windmill. I call these guys Medusa hunters because once they see you, snakes burst forth from their heads and they become a serious problem. Sneak up behind the guy and backstab him to avoid dealing with his more dangerous form. Through the door on the bottom floor of the windmill lies another Medusa hunter on the bridge outside. This one is already in the snake form, so avoid getting close. Ranged weapons like Molotovs and bullets are your friends. Past the enemy and up the ramp on the right lies an elevator that leads back to the lamp at the beginning of the woods. With that, half of the woods is complete. But before ending the video, there is one more thing we can do in this first half. Return to the dogs in the cages past the house with the incense lamp, but this time take a left past them, through the path obscured by the grass. This leads to a cave, which in turn leads to a poison lake. Equip some antidotes and leg it across the water and into the cave on the other side. Or brave the poison a little longer to collect the 2 triangular gemstones found here. Climb the ladder in the cave, and sing the Snake Eater theme while you do so, because it's really, really long. When you reach the top, you'll find yourself back in Central Yharnam. Pull the lever straight ahead to open a gate you may remember from the very beginning of the game, from the courtyard outside of Iosefka's clinic. But rather than going through this gate, turn 180 degrees and go through the open gate on the right. There's a brain sucker up ahead, and this one has a lot of HP, so be on your game. Climb the ladder to get to the roof of the clinic. Watch out for the crows, and step through the doorway to enter the second floor of Iosefka's clinic, which is normally off limits. Take a right and open the doors, kill Iosefka's experiment, and then pick up the Canehurst summons from the hospital table. This is another item that will be important for later. Head back down the long, dark hallway of Iosefka's clinic until you reach a room with a chest. You can find an upgraded communion rune within that increases blood vial carrying capacity by 3. On your way back out, take a left where the hallway tees, and listen up.
Makes sense. How did you worm your way in here? Very unfortunate. I had such high hopes for you. Well, I won't make any excuses. Would you mind leaving us alone? Things need not change. You'll do the rescuing, and I'll do the saving. But if you refuse to leave... oh well. I've always wanted to try my hand on a hunter.
If you go upstairs, you'll be able to fight Iosefka, but if you leave her alive, we can come back later when the sky changes for another event. So that's it for this segment. Return to the dream and ready yourself for part 2 of the woods.